All right, we have to talk about this because the 2026 Oscar race just completely blew up. Seriously, forget everything you've heard. The real war for Best Picture is this brutal three-way fight between a supernatural record breaker, a legendary director's masterpiece, and a ping-pong prodigy that basically took over the culture. Only one of them can take home the gold.
And look, I'm not just being dramatic here. What we're witnessing isn't just another award season. Nope, this is a clash of cinematic titans, and each one represents a completely different idea of what a Best Picture should even be. This is a showdown people are going to be talking about for years to come.
So here they are. These are our contenders. You've got the cultural phenomenon, Sinners. You've got the prestige powerhouse, one battle after another. And then there's the stylish dark horse, Marty Supreme. Each film has a crazy powerful case, but only one can win. So let's break down the big three. Okay, first up, we've got the absolute heavy hitter. The film that didn't just join the conversation, it rewrote the entire rulebook. I'm talking, of course, about Sinners.
16 nominations. Just let that number sink in for a second. Sinners just shattered a record that's been held for decades by giants like Titanic and La La Land. That number alone, it just puts it in a class of its own. It almost creates this sense of, how can it lose, before we even talk about the movie itself?
And the film itself is just as bold as that nomination count. You've got director Ryan Coogler and star Michael B. Jordan teaming up for this high-concept horror thriller where identical twins are battling vampires in the Jim Crow South. I mean, it's gritty, it's so ambitious, and it is totally unlike anything the Academy has ever nominated on this kind of scale.
You gotta understand, if Sinners wins, it's not just another trophy on a shelf. It is a full-blown revolution. It would mark the first time a horror thriller has ever been the most nominated movie of the year. A win would be the ultimate statement that amazing craft and massive cultural impact matter, forcing the Academy to finally recognize a genre it's basically ignored forever.
So the big question is, right, with this kind of historic momentum and cultural firepower, is Sinners just too big to lose? Well, maybe not, because its biggest rival is built on pure, uncut cinematic legacy. All right, let's talk about our next film. This is the heavyweight champion of prestige cinema. You know, the kind of movie that feels like it was grown in a lab specifically to win Best Picture. This is One Battle After Another.
11. Remember that number. That's how many Oscar nominations the legendary director Paul Thomas Anderson has racked up in his career without a single win. There's this powerful story in Hollywood that he is long overdue, and it really feels like the industry is ready to finally give him his flowers.
And for this one, Anderson brought out the big guns. He teamed up with Leonardo DiCaprio, who is having what a lot of people are calling a second peak in his career. The result is this huge political epic, a massive father-daughter revolutionary story that is just pure old-school cinematic grandeur. It's exactly the kind of movie that critics just fall over themselves for.
And yeah, it's already flexing its muscles with the critics. It totally swept the Golden Globes, which really cemented its status as the most acclaimed film in the race. This makes it the prestige pick, the safe, smart choice for voters who value pure, traditional filmmaking done at the highest possible level.
But here's the thing, right? That's also its biggest hurdle. In a year with a revolutionary blockbuster like Sinners, does old-school prestige still have enough juice to win? Is being the traditional choice really enough to overcome the cultural tidal wave of its competition?
But while those two giants are duking it out, a third contender has been kinda sneakily stealing all the spotlight. So let's meet the cool kid of 2026, the dark horse, Marty Supreme.
And get this, its star is making his own history. This film helped Timothée Chalamet become the youngest man ever to get 3 acting nominations. That is a record-breaking achievement that just speaks to the incredible power of what he did in this movie.
You've got director Josh Safdie, who, is famous for that intense, high-energy style. He took what sounds kind of simple, a 1950s table tennis story, and he turned it into this adrenaline-fueled psychological drama. It's not a sports movie, not at all. It's a masterpiece of tension and style.
What it all comes down to is this. Marty Supreme is the people's champ, especially for that A24 crowd that just values style and energy over everything else. It's got the swagger, it's got the momentum, and it has that undeniable Chalamet magic that's made it a total cultural sensation.
And that leads us to maybe the most exciting possibility of all. While Sinners and One Battle are locked in this death match for the top spot, Could Marty Supreme be the one to quietly sneak in and just steal the entire show? Could the dark horse actually pull off the ultimate upset?
So, here we are. This is the final showdown. The whole race for Best Picture really comes down to this one epic conflict. The record-breaking history of Sinners, the critical legacy of One Battle, or the undeniable style of Marty Supreme.
So here's how it all breaks down, the tale of the tape. You've got Sinners with its historic momentum, but is that a guaranteed win? You've got One Battle, the prestige pick, but is it just too traditional for today's Academy? And then you've got Marty Supreme, the stylish underdog, but does it have enough broad support to cause a major upset?
And that brings the question right back to you. After breaking it all down, looking at the history, the prestige, and the style, who do you think truly deserves to win? Let's make it a little more personal. Are you on Team Jordan, riding that revolutionary wave of Sinners? Are you on Team Leo, championing the timeless prestige of One Battle? Or are you on Team Chalamet, backing the stylish underdog, Marty Supreme?
I really want to hear from you. Drop your vote right now in the comments below. And hey, while you're there, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be doing deep dives on the 2026 Oscars all season long. Let me know who your winner is, and I'll see you in the next one.